We are then at Watford's training ground, and as Tom cleverly said, this is a press conference with a difference. Today we'll be asking the questions, and Sky Sports long-serving news reporter Gary Cotterill is in the chair. So without further ado, I'm going to pass over to Tom, Dan and Wes to see what Gary really knows about his career.
Thanks, Rich. Good afternoon, Gary. What do you make of this season's championship, and what do you make of Watford's prospects under new management?
Well, I think they've got a top young new manager, top young man who's got everything that it takes to be a success. He proved that towards the end of last season. Of course, always a leader at a top pro on the pitch as well. It's a tough old league, though, isn't it, Tom? Even more so than ever. And we always say that because the favourites, of course, to go straight back up are the three teams that came down. And, you know, we know that at Watford the parachute money isn't what it was. It's not there anymore. You're probably short of a striker as well, so a bit more activity perhaps in the transfer window. But if the spirit that I'm feeling around this place is anything to go by, then you'll certainly be in there fighting come the end of the season.
And what do you know of Watford's injury problems going into tomorrow's game at Millwall?
I've got absolutely no idea because Richard didn't brief me before I came in, but I'm not going to say anyway because what I'm going to do is be canny and I'm not going to give anything away as far as Millwall and the opposition are concerned, so you just have to wait and see.
Appreciate the honesty. Wes was last year's player of the season, as you know. How important are senior figures like him, Dan Bachmann and Moussa Sissoko in a dressing room with quite a few young players?
Yeah, you've got a lot of young players, haven't you? And I think that experience that the senior players bring in the dressing room, on the pitch, around the place, is so important.
Afternoon, Gary.
Hi.
You claim to have a special relationship with the special one, Jose Mourinho. Is the flow of favours just one way, or have you ever done anything special for him?
It is very much a good relationship. He's a really, really good guy, helpful guy. He's done loads for me, which I won't talk about because it would embarrass him. And I'm not sure I have done him any favours, actually. I did a nice documentary with him, which he liked. It showed his hometown in Stouble. It showed where he came from, where he went to school, where he started, about his parents as well. And done a few follow-up things with him. But to be honest, I'm not sure there's much I can give him and there's loads he could give me. So like a lot of these relationships, it kind of works one way, but I owe him a lot. I mean, I really do need to give him a few favours back. You guys know that, you know, you can help the journalists out quite a lot by being available to comment. And a lot of the time, perhaps, the only way they help you is to give you a little bit of good publicity when you need it. So I guess that's my role in that relationship.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Gary. There were reports you were once banned from Tottenham's training ground for failing to respect the usual guidelines for reporters. How did you react to that at the time, and what have you learned?
Well, that's not true. I've been banned from Tottenham's great training ground 3 times. The first time was because I did a piece on Harry, who's a great guy, Harry Redknapp, and really is as well off camera, as I'm sure you know. But it was the time when he was going through his difficulties with the courts, tax, etc. And I did a report, and some of the language in it he wasn't very happy with, so he got cross about that, and I was banned. But then I wrote him a letter, and he said, fine, come back in for a cup of tea. I can't remember the second time. Yeah, the second time was on deadline day, and they just got a new manager, Andre Villas-Boas, and they wanted to change the image at Tottenham. So I filmed a pizza delivery bike going in, and I was told, don't put that out. If you put that out, you're banned. I put it out, I was banned. And the third time was I parked my car in a spot I shouldn't have parked it in, and I was banned for that. When my news desk at the time wrote to Simon, who was press officer at the time, and said, can Gary come back, because he's been banned for 6 months. He said, no. He said, I've only ever banned 4 people, and Gary was 3 of them.
Okay. Some experts have said Sky Sports News are lucky to have someone with your experience. Do you see yourself as a father figure among your teammates?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm really, really helpful. I help anybody who asks because I don't fear for my job. You know, I've been doing it a long time. The youngsters are coming through. good luck to them in the future. I'll do anything I can to help them, even if it means me, not having the jobs that I had, the trips that I had, the career that I had. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything.
One last question. Your performances as a reporter were called into question last season. What assurances can you give Watford supporters that you've been working hard to improve over the summer break?
I think that's a suggestion of you're raising the issues that have been raised, which you were asked actually not to mention, the fact that I'm under pressure for my job. So I think, as you haven't obeyed the rules, you're banned. That's it, forget it.
Okay, no, stop. No. You can sort this out, I'm sure.
No.